Hi everyone, it's Maia. Welcome back to the channel, Old Cars, New Van. Hi everyone. Today Mike's working in Holmfirth, so I've come to the carding shed nearby to see what it's got to offer. The idea of the carding shed is to come and have a look at a few nice cars. You can also get tea, coffee, cake, fresh homemade cake. It's really pretty good food here. The good thing about the carding shed, it's actually free. There's no admission charge or anything like that. And they like to do that to keep it just basically available for everybody to come and enjoy.
Hop inside my car. I got pictures, got candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know.
And here we have a Dodge Charger dressed up as the Dukes of Hazzard. Now, I've no way of knowing if this is an original one. I suspect not because there's so many replicas. But it's interesting that it is registered on a G plate for the UK market, which is 1969. And obviously this is a 1969 Dodge Charger. So, you know, it's of the right era, certainly. It certainly looks the part. But anyway, a great thing to see. And a very pretty, very sharp looking blue Peugeot 205 GTI. This is the 1.9 model. Now, of course, many people regard the lighter 1.6 as better. Then again, many people regard this more powerful 1.9 as better. So if you're a Peugeot 205 aficionado, do leave a comment below as to which you think is better, the 1.6 or the 1.9. Pretty little Fiat 500, immaculate condition. I think the owners of this are called Mr. and Mrs. Slaw, and they have a YouTube channel too, so you can check that out if you're interested. And next to it was this really nice 1988 little Mini, a very tidy, straight example. They do look good in red, I think. I think it really suits the car well, and with little flared wheel arches. And then quite a lot of memorabilia. Many steering wheels, signs and grills on the wall. What a fun display. I can't possibly identify all of those, but there's a Mercedes there, a Rover. I think there's a Riley. I think there's a Wolsey there with its light up badge and lots of registration numbers as well. Yeah, it's really fun and really well done. It's also home to Ian Kellett's Classics and Racing Services, so we'll see if we can have a look in the garage later. Oh. He can smell my dog. He can smell my own dog. It's what a lot of people do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless you just see some dogs about. She don't come in every day, it's only because...
Does she not? Now, I believe they do offer secure storage for customers' cars, and this sneak peek in this section just shows all the customers' cars being well looked after, all under wraps and covered up. Now, this impressive car is called the Beast. It's owned by Ian Kellett, the owner of this place. He really wanted a 1920s, 30s special, but to keep the cost down, he decided to build his own, and he found a 1939 Armstrong Siddeley Town and Country Saloon chassis and mounted a Jaguar V12 engine and a later 5-speed gearbox to come up with this concept, the Beast. I mean, ideally, he'd have liked an original Edwardian aero engine special, but that's really, really expensive. So the next best thing was to build his own, and this is the creation, named the Beast. And the memorabilia continues with these fantastic 3-pedal cars. They're really sought after things these days. We recently watched Anglia Car Auctions sell a pedal car for about £4,500. Absolutely incredible what people will pay for these things. Yeah, really cute. So can you tell what it is yet? We figured it out. It's a Jaguar coupe, pillarless coupe. Beautiful to see it in this condition. Obviously the chassis. I'm assuming they're going to do something with it rather than leave it as a static display like this. But honestly, the craftsmanship, the hours and the work that has gone into this is absolutely incredible. And really good quality paint as well, even on parts that wouldn't normally be seen, which obviously is testament to the work that these guys put out. Now, those who've watched the channel from the start will know that Mike has a particular soft spot for Hillman imps. So when I saw this, I couldn't resist videoing it for his benefit. Really nice colour. Obviously, it's having a lot of work done. All the side and front glass is out at the moment, so it's obviously having extensive restoration work, but it looks nearly there. Just thought I'd walk the line again. 1980 Ford Transit, a little Triumph Spitfire, obviously a lightweight Land Rover, 1986 BMW 3 Series, Volkswagen Beetle. This BMW. Now then, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this BMW. This was a 2002, and I have to be honest, this car in this colour is actually my dream car. Don't tell Mike, but I'd really like him to sell the Rover and buy this. This one isn't for sale, so thankfully that debate isn't being had at the moment. But yeah, I would love him to get this instead of the Rover. I do like Dizzy, our Rover P6, but if the chance came, I'd swap him out for one of these. MG BGT, obviously some sort of Caterham, Triumph TR6, an Austin Healey 3000, another Triumph, is probably a TR4, obviously really interesting Escort van, and then the ubiquitous Volkswagen.
What's through there?
Here we have another area of the workshop with a Jaguar in for work, and obviously almost a Mr. Bean recreation in the background. A fairly early Land Rover, 1955. You can tell it's an early one because of how low the doors are. But yeah, obviously not the earliest, but it's certainly early and beautiful. Really nice, these. It was a bit hard to film these cars because they were actually in the cafe. But there's a little Mini Cooper. Yeah, I had a table right behind me. And obviously, what's that? An Austin Chummy. So yeah, just a closer look at some of the cars in the line. This really nice early Triumph Spitfire. It's in beautiful condition, this. I think the dark blue was a really interesting colour option for this car, and you don't see that many surviving in this colour. The mighty Austin Healey 3000. Always a very impressive machine, and they sound great as well. Something a bit more modern, 1986 BMW 3 Series. I think this was the 325i from memory. It looks fairly standard, perhaps a little bit lowered, but nice to see anyway. And yeah, the classic Alpine white, this generation of BMW. And another dark blue Triumph, this time the TR6. Yeah, it looks well on the wire wheels. Again, beautiful condition of car. I think these are customers' cars, but you're given full access when you visit, and it's lovely to just see and admire them, obviously all lined up. It was a day of triumphs, this time a 1962 TR4, NSK 644, again looking very smart with its gleaming red paintwork. I think the mini light wheels really suit it actually, or mini light style I should say. Yeah, really nice looking car. Then again, much more interesting memorabilia. Look at all these Speedos mounted onto the wall. And then there's all these various signs, GB signs, MG signs, AA signs, and just cases and cases of memorabilia, which is just fascinating to look at all the stuff from years gone by. And all this badging again, key fobs. Yeah, it's just a great place to visit here. It's really enjoyable. And as I said, you can also get a great cup of coffee. This model of a Rolls-Royce was really intricately put together, absolutely beautiful, a 1932 coupe. Yeah, a real work of art in its own right. And I have to say, these models are just fantastic. I can start to see why people really get into collecting these. I mean, apart from anything else, space is an advantage when you're collecting cars of this size rather than the full-size ones. So, but yeah, you can have so many examples at a reasonable cost. It's a great way to celebrate them. Many thanks to Mr. Ian Kellett for making me feel so welcome at the carding shed. It was great to be able to film. And then as we were leaving, we spotted this absolutely beautiful Mercedes in the car park. Somebody had actually come to visit the carding shed in this. And oh my goodness, tens of thousands of pounds worth of car. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the interior. Oh, wow. It was so cool how it had a little booster in the front passenger seat for a kid. So somebody had brought their kid in this to the carding shed for a bit of food. Absolutely wonderful. Look at that dashboard. Look at the steering wheel. The sheer design.
After the meeting I've just had, I need this.